You're Blocked with Eden Middleman and Simone Catalano.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
I'm so excited for this one.
We are so excited for today's episode.
We did our hair for you guys.
Okay, let's not draw attention to my hair because I don't even know what I did to mine. So let's just pretend that it looks better than this. I'm really hoping there's other girls out there that are like me that just don't know what to do with their hair. So I'm going to throw out a situation or a scenario and we're going to kind of go from there. So you've exchanged numbers with a guy. And if you watched episode 2, that's kind of a little bit more serious than just giving him your Instagram. It's basically you saying, I want to get to know you. Let's talk. Let's have some real discussions. Let's figure each other out. Let's see if we're vibing. Mm-hmm. More likely than not, if I'm giving out my number, I want to vibe with you. Read between the lines. But no, seriously though. So you're texting and then you kind of notice that maybe he's playing some games.
Oh, he's probably definitely playing some of those small little games that are a lot more strategical than you might think. I feel like a lot of guys at the early stages do that. So this is a very important time for you ladies, okay? And choosing how you're going to play this off. If you start seeing these little, delayed texts, he waits almost exactly an hour to respond back to you. Those like stupid games you can read right through and immediately.
In this period, it's very hard for me to act like I'm chill and like I'm laid back. Mm-hmm. The first 30 days are rocky for me. It's very stressful. It's very stressful. I'm not going to lie to you.
I like roll up my sleeves and I get like right into it. I get so excited. If a guy starts to play games with me, I'm immediately like, oh, that's how we're going to do this. All right. I take this active stance on this whole situation and I try and outplay the player. So I've got some very strategic tips as to what to do.
Like what things are you doing? What's happening?
Depending on what kind of style of R bombs he's going to do, that's when you decide what you're going to do. Oftentimes, I literally just do nothing. If the player is going to play with me, I just don't answer. I don't engage. I ignore him. But this is really strategic because at the end, you win, and I'll tell you why later.
I can't do that. My role is so much more passive. Like when I meet a guy and if I think that he's playing games, I'm like, yeah, coach, take me the fuck out. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, bench me. I don't want this. This is not what I need in life. I can't play games. I'm just going to let you win this game because in the end, you're going to lose.
I think that both like your passive ways of doing things in the situation and my active ways both lead you to winning. So like we've got you if you're watching this. 100%. Regardless of what route you take, there is a winning end to this. And like if you just realize what the games are and take a step back and understand the situation, you gain control. That is when you have the control. That is when you win automatically almost. There is though, like at the beginning when you first exchange numbers, you have that like little phase, like a little teasing, playing around.
Yes.
I love that stage.
Yes, I also love that part because that part I can actually enjoy and I don't need to worry about what's going to be happening later because when the actual mind games start happening, I'm going to cry. So I take advantage of the teasing phase, but I don't tease like, oh my God, you want this? Or like, I don't know, some next shit. I basically just treat them like they're a bro. I just want to see like if he's someone that like can have fun with it or if he's going to take it seriously. And that's kind of the teasing phase that we're referring to is essentially the girls. Like this is where you get to play kind of like your games and feel him out and see where he's at and kind of see his personality. Or at least that's for me how I think of it.
Yeah, I think this is before the real games play out. So if you're seeing that he's being a little cold, you can take advantage of that situation and play him like he's your bro. Chances are, most of the times, before he even gets into the games, he'll get out of them because he'll realize, okay, this girl's friend zoning me essentially. I feel it. I'm not going to let that happen. So he will take action. If he doesn't, that's a test that he'll fail at. And then you'll know where he stands. He doesn't really care to try and turn the situation around.
Interesting that you say that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think about it as like, I'm testing him. I'm generally like, this is fun. Like, this is how I flirt. Like, this is how I flirt.
No, and it's definitely how I flirt too, but I think that it's also really strategic, and I don't think you realize that. I think you're doing, because that's just who you are, and that's how you flirt, and that's how you get along with someone. It's really easy and second nature to you. But I will never, like, for me, I won't stop these bro interactions until he literally decides to change the game. So I'm gonna throw the ball in his court, and I want to see where he's gonna go from this. And if he's gonna go and play further games, that's when we get really deep down into this. Or he's going to stop and be like, okay, I'm gonna like pull in and say something that'll show her that, okay, like, let's meet up, or let's do something, or like, no, real talk, like, stop, like, cut the crap, like, let's, you know what I mean, let's actually have a conversation.
So let's say he does that, he's had that conversation with you, and he's now making it clear or progressing the relationship into that texting phase, that phase where you're both mutually trying to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. You're not just like casually like having fun, whatever. It's a little bit more like, I want you and you want me. But then he starts R-bombing.
Ooh, okay. R-bombing, guys. We've all been there. We've all felt the sting, the burn. But to me, it is like literally a challenge I am so excited to take on. And this is where you show this player, this dude, this guy, that you're a fucking winner, okay? I'm gonna talk about the main 3 R-bombs I think we've all experienced. The first one we call our Classico. We're gonna do a little Italian spin-off here because of my beautiful Simona. The R Classico is the most typical type of R-bomb. He literally waits an hour strategically from your message, your question, to reply to you. He's on his phone. We're all on our fucking phones, whether you're in quarantine or not. Before this, we are all on our fucking phones. And it's not hard to tell, especially if you're on social media. But he's taking an hour. He's being strategic. Number 2 is the Bolivia R-bomb.
Basically, this one means he's just flying away. He is MIA for a day, 2 days.
Like, you've literally asked him a question, or you're like, how was your day? And he just decides to take 2 to 3 days to respond. Yeah. Yesterday was fucking great. Okay, bye. You know, so he just goes MIA, he dips, he flies away. And then the final R-bomb is the finito bomb. It's the biggest bomb. Okay?
It is the biggest bomb.
He's literally leaving your ass on red and dipping. Without a word.
He's essentially ghosting you.
Bye.
He is ghosting you. He is in another country, basically.
Or he's dead. Like, I honestly, at this point, I hope you are dead.
Honestly, at this point, he should be. For his own safety, he should be. So, please, play dead. So, what would you do in any of these instances? Like, if someone is doing the Classico to you, or just flies off the face of the earth, what's your response?
Girls, take fucking notes. You do literally nothing. Okay? Put those thumbs down. Chuck your phone out the fucking window. You are not responding. You are not double texting. You are not making any commotion. Okay?
Not a peep.
Not a peep.
Okay.
And Simona.
So generally speaking, I'm the same.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I'm not trying to have a chopped up conversation. So if you're replying every hour, every couple, you can just forget it. Like, I'm not into that. I'm already busy. We're running around. Everybody's doing things. You want to have a conversation? Have a quick conversation with me. FaceTime me later. Make it happen. If you're going days without texting me, you can go a few more. Like, obviously you're doing good. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. The only time that I will consider sending a message or reaching out is when, because I give them their space. So if I have a genuine connection with a guy and we've been vibing for like a month, couple weeks, whatever it is, and then he likes to just die, I'll give him like I'll give him 2 weeks. Like, usually I give 2 weeks. I'm like, you know what? There's a grace period. Okay. I'm ignoring you. But at the 2 week mark or around there, if I'm still thinking about you and I genuinely feel like, fuck, I thought that we had a connection. Like, I thought something was happening. Then I consider reaching out. And the only reason why I do that is for my own personal gain. And what I mean by that is, it's going to benefit me more to just let you know how I'm feeling rather than me trying to ghost you back. That just, for me, takes up way more energy than sending a message to you would be. And so in this message, when you're sending a message, you are not asking him to clarify anything. You're not asking him for an explanation. You actually don't even want a reply back. Like, if I'm sending you a message, I'm stipulating in that message, you don't need to respond. Like, I don't want, this is when you ghost me. Mm-hmm. Don't reply to me, because this is me being done. This is me being like, wow, like, I thought you would just have more respect for me to just tell me straight up, you're not vibing anymore, rather than discredit everything that I thought we had. Like, whether it's serious or not, you just, human to human, I don't think that that's the way you treat a person. You don't lead them on and then act like they didn't exist and like nothing ever happened. That's not cool. So that's the only time I would really consider reaching out.
That is such a good point to put out there. What I'm telling you versus what Simone is telling you, I think at the end of the day, we're kind of on the same page, but we just handle it differently.
Yeah.
If it's honestly going to keep you up at night, do what's best for you.
Yeah, that's so important. Like, when Eden said that to me a few weeks ago, and it's literally just been my life mantra for 2020. It's, if you have a problem and either reaching out or not reaching out would make you happy, then nobody else can judge you. Like, you should always do what feels right for you. And if it's genuine and authentic for you, you're just going to feel so much better about doing that and showing another person compassion. And they can take it however they want.
I think what's really important to mention too is know that regardless of what way you're going to go with this, there's going to be pros and cons. So like, for example, if you're going to do what I say, which is like, do nothing, if that's what makes you feel powerful and good about yourself and you can sleep well at night knowing that you're doing nothing about it, then just know that he might message you back or he might not, or like, you have to be okay with that. You know, you have to be okay with Simona.
Yeah, I think that that's a good point. You always need to be okay with whatever the outcome is, but also you can't predict what's going to happen.
No, you can't.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just in the moment, if it feels good for you, then do it. And if you don't want to send the message, then don't send the message. Like, there's been so many times where I've been like, oh, I don't want to send this message. And that's actually how I've started the message. Listen, I didn't want to send this, but I kind of need to. So how is he playing games on social media while this is all happening? While he's actively R-bombing you, he's also very active on social media. What's up with that?
100% he will be active on fucking social media. He's going to do it also on purpose, ladies. He will be probably not liking your photos if he's R-bombing you on purpose.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
He's going to be watching your stories and purposely not liking it, so he makes a clearer statement. He's doing this for your attention. He might even suddenly spike in his social media usage. Like, you'll see him be all over the stories, all over the photos, likes, comments. He'll be super active, and you're going to be like, wait, like a week ago, before you were ignoring me, we just met, you were kind of like low-key about your social, and now you're a star on social, or at least you
100%. Yeah. That's what they do. But it's hilarious that you mentioned that they're doing this because they want your attention, because I interpret it like it's face value. Like, I'm like, oh, you're acting like I'm nothing, like you don't want it. Okay, then I'm just I love the mute button. We're best friends. Muted, no stories. Muted, no more posts. Like, you're dead. You're done.
So, Simona, you take it as face value, which is so interesting. Like, if he suddenly is so active on social media when he wasn't and he's ignoring you, you don't think that has anything to do with you?
No.
Okay.
I guess I just automatically assume that, like, he's trying to get another girl's attention. And I don't know why I think that or I feel like that. But I'm just like, oh, I guess you're just, I don't know, trying to stunt, trying to flex, trying to make me jealous,
He's trying to make you jealous and get your attention. Yes, he might be like getting other girls' attention by doing that. I don't know what kind of fucking girls like that, but okay. So if he's ignoring you, if he's ignoring you and he's on social media, he's doing it for your attention. What he is hoping from this, and he's hoping that the outcome is that he wins this game that he's playing, which is you double texting or you messaging him or you reaching out to him and calling him out on his bullshit. He is literally doing something that you know is so disrespectful. He's ignoring you, yet he's rubbing it in your face that he's like, hey, I'm on my phone. I'm choosing not to fucking text you. Ha ha ha.
Asshole. Asshole.
And he's waiting for you to literally be like, hold up. What the fuck, Ryan? Why aren't you messaging me back? I see you're all over social media, liking Claudia's pictures. What the, you know what I mean? Like losing your mind. But like I said, you do absolutely nothing. You, like Simona said also, you mute his stories. You mute his posts. Do not view them.
Don't view them. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. It is not good. I'm also going to mention, while you're on there muting him, you can go right ahead and go back into your text messages and delete the thread, because sometimes if, you're feeling, I don't know, in your feelings or something, you read the text thread to be like, where did I miss this? Like, did I miss something? Like, was I misinterpreting things? Just don't do it. Don't reread the text thread. If you delete the text thread, it is over. It is done. And I also want you to take it one step further. You can go right ahead and delete his number as well. Okay. And it should be saved. Here is why. You don't want to be texting a number and subconsciously be like, remember what that number is. You're going to remember that number because you're texting him constantly or frequently. So even if you delete his thread but haven't saved the number, honey, if you're, in your feelings one night and you had a bottle of wine, guess whose number you remember? We don't want that. We want you to win. Save the number.
So that if there is anything that happens in the future, you are going to handle it like a freaking champ. Exactly. When he's on Instagram and he's playing all these games, there's like a reason behind it, right? Besides him trying to make you jealous. A lot of guys are used to having girls like fall into that game, like message him right away and all that stuff, right? And all of this has been translated through time from man to man to man. Yo, bro, what do I do? Whatever, don't answer her and fucking post 1,000,001 pictures.
I gotta tell you guys, the bros are ruining shit.
Yeah.
Like, the bros don't know. Don't
listen to your bros.
I would imagine that guys are like us and they ask their bros for advice. I wonder what valuable advice he's being given. None.
And I hope that guys that are watching this no longer tell their bros to do this, because this is such an obvious overplayed game. We all know this. I'm exposing you right now. Simona's exposing. Like, we're just going to put it out there and air it out. We all secretly know that you going on social media suddenly and freaking the hell out is just to get someone's attention. So cut the crap, stop it, and that's it, okay? So after you've refrained from messaging him or contacted him and ended it, the dreaded day comes finally when he suddenly, after months of not texting you, appears on your little iPhone screen.
This is almost inevitable. I've never not had this experience. And so he texts you or he messages you or whatever. What is he doing? He's trying to come back and play the game, essentially, is he not?
He is definitely trying to try you again and see how you're going to react to this game and see if you fall prey into running back into his virtual arms. But once you get the message, okay, this is how I like to handle it. Before you open the message, this is very vital and important. Do not click on it. Do not get excited. Look at the lock screen. I want you to open your lock screen, go to your settings, and red receipts must be fucking on if they're not, okay? I don't have my red receipts on, and if this happens to me, my red receipts go right on. And like,
ignore him with your chest.
I'm going to full force. I want to be completely honest and genuine about our bomb that I'm about to do on him. So we're going to open the message. Red receipts are on, and you're going to do absolutely nothing. My advice is like, do absolutely nothing, guys.
Your advice is like, just don't do anything. And you know what? I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I agree. I would do the exact same thing. It's like 3 months have gone by. That's just in my personal experience. They like the 3-month mark. I don't know why. They're just trying to come back and see if you're going to play the game. And it's like, no, I'm not, because obviously you're either lonely, horny, or bored. And I'm not entertaining any of those.
Yeah, no.
Generally, I think that you shouldn't do anything at that point unless an apology has been given to me. Like, I've had an experience with a guy and didn't go well, whatever the case may be. Ghosted, ignored, whatever. We were done. Finito, R-bomb. And then a year and a half later, I get a text message, like middle of the night, Bible, unknown number. I'm like, what is this? Like reading it, one eye open, one eye closed. I see his name. I'm like, no, it can't be. I changed my phone number for other reasons, but I'm like, it can't be him. I'm like, whatever. I'm going back to bed. Wake up, reread it. I'm so mystified. I'm like, first of all, thank you for apologizing. Great. But how did you get my number? So he goes, oh my God, I remembered your iCloud at me account or something. I texted that to message you. I was like, oh my God. Like, this man is genuinely sorry. Thought it was hilarious. Like, had an epiphany in the middle of the night 2 years later. Like, wow. So I replied because LOL, but also this person felt some sort of remorse. Mm-hmm. And just like heart to heart, like, how do you not have empathy for someone who is showing you remorse for how they treated you? It's subjective, but that's when I would reply.
I absolutely agree with you. I'm not that cold-hearted of a bitch, contrary to popular beliefs. I think at that point I would definitely, especially if you guys had some sort of history or really important connection or something that you guys built, yes, extremely important. You know, and also just for your name, just to clear your name. You don't owe anybody anything, but if it's good for your mental, then do it. And just be like, thanks so much, appreciate it, wish you well, and that is it.
Even though like he was genuinely sorry, because I replied and I was just me, who I am, thought that he could initiate a conversation, and I was like, that we're not doing. Like, thank you so much, but no thank you.
He's trying to test you, no matter how sweet it might be. Be careful, stand your ground. If it feels good, then do it. If it doesn't, then don't. Unless he's being really shady and was extremely shady and he hits you up like months down the line and you receive this message and he did you just not good. He was just terrible in your life, like playing games left, right, and center, total social media douchebag. This is what you do.
Yeah. Red
receipts go on again. Love my good red receipts. You're going to message him back, okay, after you read the message and say, who is this? Question mark. Because you don't have his number anymore. And because he's so irrelevant in your life 3 months or whatever down the road. And then if he responds, which he will, he'll be like, LOL, are you serious? You read and you ignore and you call it a fucking day.
If you're sending me a message 3 months post whatever happened, post disaster, post explosion, it better be a one-way ticket to Turks.
2 tickets, one for me and one for her.
Exactly.
And then we'll consider.
And then we'll consider us. We're always on the same page. Yeah, those are the 2 options I feel like you either have. You take an active stance and you do him the way he's doing you, or you just let him do him and take everything at face value.
Know your self-worth and don't put up with shit that makes you feel uncomfortable if he's treating you like that. A text doesn't take much nowadays, okay? That's BS. So
exactly. It literally takes 0.2 seconds to send me a good morning text.
Yeah.
You can literally just say, hey, gonna be busy today, like don't have time to talk. That's what it comes down to. 2 people having a mutual respect for each other.
That's right. That's right. And on that note, guys,
episode 3 is basically done.
Wow. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for next week. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, because you don't want to miss our weekly series.
At the end of the day, do what feels right for you. See you next week, guys.